Hi guys, welcome back to Lifestyle of More. I'm so glad you guys are joining me today because today is a very fun topic. So usually we talk about things related to more food or more travel, but with the ongoing pandemic of COVID-19, we're going to talk about more life and more specifically more finances, okay? Should we be doing things differently during this potential economic downturn? And if we are on the verge of an economic recession right now, what are some things that we could be doing? So here are 6 ways to make sure that you see the other side of the wave after this pandemic. Step 1, become lean. And honey, I don't mean in the gym. I mean in the gym too, but cut costs, right? So you need to be a lean, mean, money-growing machine, honey, during this time. Finding maybe lower cost providers for different services that you already had, or, cutting out some of those services that maybe you don't need and maybe they were just like super extra miscellaneous, service or goods that you were purchasing. The whole point during a recession is to make sure that we are spending our money wisely. And so becoming a lean and mean money growing machine, honey, is like crucial. Let's get rid of all of the excess, trim the fat. Look at your budget, see what you don't need, and see what you could really do without. Because I'm not saying cut down on every single thing that you enjoy, right? Like getting your nails done and hair done, even though you can't do that right now because we're on quarantine. But what I am saying is that all of the extra fluff where your money is going to maybe $200-$300 a month, maybe even $4 or $5 or even more a month that is going to fluff, make sure you guys cut down on that and really get lean and mean with your finances. Cut every form of waste and fat from your budget. Seriously, do it. Go ahead. And right now is a perfect time because there are so many businesses that are actually closed where you and I really can't even purchase the things that we would normally purchase anyways because they're closed. So make sure you guys are cutting down the fat, right? Become a lean, mean, money growing machine, honey, and cut all of the excess fat from your budget. Step 2. Pay down your debt. So, typically you may go out to a bar and spend $50 or $60 on a few drinks. Use that $50 or $60 and add it to the minimum balance of your credit card that you typically pay off or that you've been trying to pay off or that loan or even your car, right? So use that extra money and use those extra funds to definitely be reallocated to pay down debt. This is the time where you want to create some breathing room in your budget. So once you've already become a lean, mean, money-growing machine by trimming the fat and taking away all of the excess fluff, now you're going to start working on paying down your debt, right? So we've got the extra money now because we're not doing the fluff anymore. Now we're using that extra money to go into the different loans we may have, paying our car off, paying our credit card off, pay down your debt. So when we talk about paying down the debt, you want to initially focus on paying down your credit cards. Once you've paid off all of your credit cards, then you can turn your focus into auto loan or home loan or personal loans or whatever. In regards to student loans, those have slightly favorable provisions over the credit card debt, housing and auto and personal loans. But in regards to your credit cards, making sure that all of your credit cards are now paid off. We've got the auto loan paid off. We've got the personal loans paid off. Here's the thing, even if you are not concerned about losing your job in this current state of economy, it's still good to pay down debt. It's still good to become a lean, mean, money-growing machine and to trim the fat. Let's move on to step 3. During this time, you also want to focus on boosting your emergency fund, right? So you become a lean, mean, money-growing machine. You're working on paying down your debt. So you need to have at least 3 to 6 months worth of savings. Really, 6 months is key in your savings account. If an emergency arises and you're currently putting all of your cash toward paying down your debt, then you've got to resort to credit cards, right? To now, sustain your day-to-day expenses. So it's super important to have that cushion of, finances in your savings account. Now you're all lean and fit and your budget is really being tightened and toned up and you've paid down your debt. This is great. Let's move on to step 4. Step 4, live within your means. So this portion can actually be a little bit easier now that we are on quarantine until the end of April because non-essential businesses are shut down right now. So living within your means, typically experts say don't spend more than 30% of your income after taxes on discretionary items. It's a really good idea to create a monthly budget so you can keep up with if you're actually living within your means or not, making sure you're not overspending, things like that. You have to pay rent, you have to pay your car insurance, you have to pay utilities, you have to get groceries. These are all things that are necessities and that don't fall under that discretionary budget, right? During a time like right now, it's actually a little bit easier to pull back on some of those discretionary items since so many service providers are closed. But right now, you want to see what percentage you're living off of your income anyway, after taxes, of course, right? And then, like I said, trim the fat, pay the debt off, boost your savings, and this will allow you to really start living within your means. Let's go to step 5. Make your dollar work for you. Now is the time to start investing. Whether that's real estate, whether that's stocks, now is the time if you've got some cash flow, right? And if you've got some money saved up and if you've paid down your debt or you're almost there and you want to see how you can start, allowing your dollar to work for you. Perhaps owning rather than renting will be a better solution for you right now. Perhaps purchasing some stocks, right? That will yield you a return will be a better solution for you right now. The solution is going to look different for everyone, but it's so crucial to really think about how your dollar can start working for you. Some of my favorite apps are Clarity Money, the Robinhood stock investment app, and you can actually add different stocks to your watch list and you can see what they're being traded for. It's so crucial to have your dollar work for you, but in order to do that, you have to make sure that you're paying attention to where you're currently putting your dollar, right? Or where you could put your dollar. So, really do your research on some money investment type of apps right now because you're at home, you're in quarantine, you've got a little bit of extra cash, to the side that you usually would have used for brunch. Go ahead and start thinking about investing your money elsewhere, right? Some small investments here and there, whatever you feel safe with, after you research different companies and apps that, feel like could benefit you and your wallet. So it's very crucial to start looking at some ways of how your dollar can work for you. Step 6. Now, this one is arguable and I understand that. So step 6 is going to be continue to build your education. In situations like this where there is a financial downturn and there are jobs that are lost, the unemployment rate statistically is a lot higher for those individuals that do not have a bachelor's degree. The numbers are there. It is what it is. Let's make sure that if you do have any dreams or any goals that involve further education or, certification, that you go and you get that education. Economists are always overemphasizing the importance of education, right? So even if you can't build up a financial buffer, you've got some education, you've got some certification, you've got a certain skill set that allows you to be employable during a time like this. Everybody has interests that are different, right? Some finance, some people want to go to school to be a hygienist, some people want to be a med device, some people want to be a physician, some people want to be an electrician, some people want to be a mechanic. Whatever it is, you have to make sure you have that education. An education for a potential employment that can keep you employed during a time like this. These are 6 ways that you can plan for the unexpected during a financial downturn, such as what we're experiencing now with the onset of COVID-19. To recap, you want to make sure that you are trimming the fat. You also want to make sure that you're paying down your debt. Of course, building a boost of savings for 3 to 6 months. You want to make sure that you're living within your means and that you're looking for ways to invest. And lastly, make sure that you get your education, your skill set, your training, your certification to allow yourself to be more marketable for employment during a time like this. For more tips on more life, more food, and more travel, make sure you subscribe to lifestyleofmore.com, and I'll see you on the blog.